Hi, it's Lee Rochester here, and I'm with Jeff Daly, the CEO of Analytica, just to have a brief chat in relation to his perspectives on leadership. Jeff, what are your favourite aspects of being involved in the biotech sector?
Well, the obvious answer is that they're creating products that help people improve their lives through healthcare. I came from a mechanical engineering background, and I was heavily influenced by my family and extended family being doctors and nurses and physiotherapists and so on. So that had a big influence on me. And medical devices is really an amalgam of that. The other thing is it's a really exciting time to be in medical devices. The advances we've had in materials and manufacturing processes, electronics and communications especially is just incredible compared to what was around sort of 20, 30 years ago. I mean, you think about the 3D printing parts that are actually implantable. You've got crossover products like drug-eluting stents and things like that. But I think the most important one from Analytica's perspective is the fact that everyone's carrying around what was 20 years ago considered to be a supercomputer in their pockets. And not only the processing power, but the fact that they can communicate large volumes of data almost for free it really makes it an exciting time to be in this sector.
Okay. What do you think is the most important trait you think a leader should have in the sector?
Look, you need to have all the normal sort of things a leader needs, like passion, vision, and so on. But I think you also need a really big dose of resilience because what we're trying to do in this sector is extraordinary things, really. And you're trying to squeeze every bit of productivity out of your limited resources that you have. So there's not a great deal of failure. So that when something comes along, and it does, it's not situation normal. You've got to be able to pick yourself up. You've got to be able to change plans. You've got to be able to not just pick yourself up, but you get your team up as well and say, well, look, this has happened. It's not the end of the world. Let's get on with it. And so resilience is absolutely key.
You've dealt with as a leader in the sector.
Look, we all deal with the lack of capital, investment capital, and trying to find and keep a really experienced and good staff. And I think it's just the situation is that Australia is a small economy, biotech's a small part of that economy, and medtech is an even smaller part. We're growing and we're maturing as a sector, and I think everything will improve from there on. I think one of the big challenges is the fact that I think investors put either too much or too little emphasis on the risks involved in this sector. So I guess the cause of that is because our products are sometimes a little bit hard for a layperson to understand. So they'll either go, oh no, I don't want to be involved in that, too scary, or the other extreme is, wow, that sounds really impressive. And you say it might be an eventual cure for cancer. Here's my life savings. It's investment on is diversification. I think invest in biotech. Understand that you can do everything right as a company and still fail in this sector. I think that's probably one of the biggest concerns.
Okay.
And it's up to us as leaders to educate the market without scaring them off. So,
Achieving in the sector.
Look, you get the greatest sense of pride when you get unsolicited feedback from patients and they tell you that, hey, you've changed my life. I mean, we've got women who call us up out of the blue saying, I'm leaking less, I'm back on the treadmill, I'm going back to the gym, I'm losing weight, I'm feeling healthier, my relationships have improved, my life has changed, I'm going out, I'm socialising more because of my problems. You can't help but feel pride of that. You're proud of yourself, you're proud of your product, but most importantly, you're proud of the team and the hard work that's gone into the product there. So, it's a great feeling.
Look, thanks, Jeff. I really appreciate you taking the time today to have this discussion and sharing your insights into the industry. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Great. Thanks, Lee.